Hey everybody, Eggman here with another episode of Egg Math, which I've apparently named this segment where I talk about math and card games at the same time. The Dragon Ball episode I did was a big success for me. I thought it was fun to make. A lot of you guys thought it was fun to watch, I guess. So I wanted to make another one of those, and then and so I got a lot of requests to talk about Scrambling Assaults on Goten because the math with him can be kind of tricky to understand, especially since you put cards to the bottom and you don't shuffle with them. Additionally, I got some questions about Sorbet because when you attack with Sun Goten, you can either do Sorbet's ability or not. So there's that, and I wanted to just kind of talk about the intricacies of that and the costs, or like just the benefits and what makes sense from a probability standpoint. So let's do like a quick example. Let's say we have just for Sun Goten. Oh, and if you don't know what Sun Goten, let me just read this. So when this card attacks, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose one among them, add them to your hand, and place up the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So you gotta look at the top 3, add 1, and put the other 2 in your choice on the bottom of your deck. So very cool from that regard. So let's say we have 30 cards in our deck. We're trying to just find one. Like we're trying to find Victory Strike or something. Not sure if Goten Victory Strike is a deck, but let's just talk about it. So there are 2 ways to do it. We can draw. So if we had when I say draw, usually people are asking, oh, do I attack with my leader first, or do draw 1 leader, or do I Goten? And so I'm going to do that math real quick. And so from drawing for the math for this, so if we have a 29 over 30 chance of not finding it, and then for the Goten, we have 29 cards left, so we have 28 over 29 times 27. I'm just going to keep going it like that. So 27. So that's the chance for Goten to not find it. So we can cancel these out. And then, so we have 29 over 30 times 26 over 29. These 2 29s can cancel out, and the chances of not finding the card we want is 26 over 30. Are 4 over 30 chance of finding it. So let's not even use a fraction. Let's just do that. So for the Goten, if we do Goten draw, jeez, come on in, draw, yeah, there we go, kinda. So if we do the Goten first, it's kind of the same math, but it is so we have 30 cards in our deck, and then we have 29, and then 28, and even though we're not drawing it, we're just looking at the top 3 cards of our deck. So that's why the math is like this. So there's 29, 28, and 27. So if we cancel these out, wait, no, not 27. Sorry, 27. There we go, 29. Get that, and then also the chances to draw. So we have 1 less card in our deck, and so a lot of people would say, oh, so we have 29 cards in our deck, so it's just 28 over 29. And that would mean that draw than Goten would have a lot higher chance. And that's not correct. And the reason that is because Goten puts the cards on the bottom of your deck. And so you know that those 2 cards, you cannot draw them, and that technically, and from a statistics standpoint, they are no longer in your deck. Yes, they're on the bottom of your deck, but you know where those locations are. You have a 0% chance of drawing those 2 cards off the top of your deck because they are literally not there. And so I don't know a better way to explain it, but technically you have a 27 card deck at the moment, and there are 26 possible cards that can be on the top of your deck. And so that's why we do it like this. And so if you do this, it becomes 27 over 30 times 26 over 27. Oh, these 2 cancel out, and you get another 26 over 30. So technically, you get the exact same percentage chance to not, whatever way you do it, right? Because both ways, you are looking at the top 4 cards of your deck. Just, however, and this is after this is more opinion than fact, but based on a lot of experience from me, I still think that draw and then Goten is the way to go. And the reason that is because when you have to make a decision, you have as much information as you can get. So the example I like to think about is something like if you are trying to make Gogeta and you don't have Vegeta or Goku in your hand. So let's say on this first draw, you draw a Vegeta, and then on the Goten you see a Goku in here, and then it's really easy to pick the Goku, or you see a Goku and a Vegeta in here, and then it's really easy to choose the Goku, and then you have the 2 cards you need. But on the Goten draw side, if you see a Vegeta and Goku in here, you don't know what the 26th card is that you will draw. You will know, oh, I can get one of these 2, and then I'll have to gamble which card I think will come across next. And so you could pick a Vegeta as the card you get from Goten, and then the 26th card in your deck could be or not 26, but you know what I mean. When you draw your next card from Attack with Leader, you find the other Vegeta, and now you have 2 Vegetas, no Goku in your hand, and you feel really sad about that. And so that is why I think, and a lot of reasons, it makes sense to go Goten and then draw. Now, depending on how you can draw or stuff like that, there may be circumstances where you don't want to draw it makes more sense for other things to Goten and then draw. But at the very least, I wanted to show that it doesn't matter from a statistics standpoint for finding a single card. Now, if you have multiples of a card, or if you're trying to find like a combo piece, I'm 99% sure that draw Goten is the way to go every time for the consistency of that. And I just wanted to go into that. So I think a lot of people get tricked up on this step here, where you don't have to consider the bottom 2 cards of your deck, and so your your probability gets higher or lower, or however you want to look at it, because of that. So there's that. So let's move on to the Sorbet example. So let's say you have 30 cards in deck, and you have 2 Dragon Balls in there. And so you want to know what is the best way to find the 2 Dragon Balls that you are looking for. So let's look at the... so let's say we do search, and then we use Goten's effect. So if we have a 30 card deck, if we search, we just get a Dragon Ball and turn it into a 29 card deck. And then for Goten to not find a Dragon Ball, we have there's a 29, a 28, and a 27. And then over here, so it's a 28. Or sorry, we have, yeah, it's 28 because we only have 1. 27. And a 26. And so these cancel out. And so we have a 26 over 29 chance of finding what we want. And then after that we have 1 draw with Dragon Ball, so let's factor that in. So we have, even though we have 29 cards, or we have 28 cards left in our deck, we know that 2 of them are not the Dragon Balls and we can't find them. And so, or sorry, only one of them. Yeah, 2 of them are, but we only want to find 1 Dragon Ball. So it will be a 27, and there are 26 possible cards we can get. That's correct. Let me think about this for 1 minute. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, so we have 29 cards, because we've got 1 of them. Goten attacks, so we look at the top 3, and we add 1 to our hand. And so now we have a 28 card deck. Aha! Here it is. This is a 26 card deck, miniature deck, because we have 28 cards left in our deck and 2 of them don't count. Which means this should be a 25. There we go. That makes more sense. and then these two can cancel out. And then we have a 25 over 29 chance of awakening that turn with just those two effects, which is 4 over, 29. Alright, and then let's say we go 10 and then draw. So if we do Goten first, there are 2 cards that we can find. So the chances of not finding it is 28 over 30, and then 27 over 29, and then 26 over 28. And so we have 27 over 26, which is, let me see. That's 702. And then 29 times 30 is 870. 702. 870. As I probably could have done that one in my head. So 702 divided by 870 is that right? Wait. 27 times 26. 702. Okay. Divided by 870 is an 80.6 chance. Also, I guess for comparison, 25 divided by 29 is a 86.2% chance of failure. Are 13.8% success. So that's doing the Goten ability for the first one, and then so this probability of failure there, and then after that we draw the card from the deck. So we have a so we took 2 cards out, so we have a 28 card deck, and we are trying to find one, and it's 27 over 28 and not 25 over 26 because we shuffle our deck after we find the Dragon Ball. So 27 divided by 28 is is equal to 96 point, 0.4%. Multiply that by 80. 96.4 times, I can't do math. 0.964 times 0.806, which equals a 77% chance of not awakening, or a 23. It's 0.6. So it's 22.4. There we go. So definitely more of a chance here. Not twice as much, a little bit less than twice as much. So I'd say it's a little bit more significant that way. The big thing to think about also is you always want to do your draws beforehand. But if there's a reason why you think that you will have a lot of draws afterwards, let me show you what happens as we go on. Because saying you have 1 Dragon Ball left, you're just going to use it with your you're just going to find it with your leader ability next turn, right? So it's not like you have to spend a lot of resources to find it. But if in case for whatever reason you do get a lot of draws, so the next draw for the Goten draw, the chances of finding that Dragon Ball will be a 26 over 27. We do like this. 26 divided by 27. Chances for the search the Goten to find the next Dragon Ball is 24 over 25, because those bottom 2 cards in the deck, we know that we're not going to find the Dragon Balls we're looking for. And so because of that, so 26 divided by 27 is definitely larger than 24 over 25. And so if we multiply those percentages by that, so 24 divided by 25 is 96% times 0.862. So what was it? Yeah, 25 over 29 times this is equal to 82% failure, 82.7. So this would be 17.3% success after what, 3 draws, and then this would be what, the 22.4, or sorry, 77.6. So 26 divided by 27 is equal to 96.2%. You multiply that by 0.776. This equals a 74.7% chance. So you get of success, or sorry, a failure. So a 25.3% chance of success. So you see, the more you draw, the Search Goten will eventually be more successful than the Goten draw from a statistic standpoint. So if for whatever reason you think that you're going to draw a whole bunch after this Goten, I definitely would say this is viable. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know why that would be the case. I feel like you do as much drawing as you can before you attack with Goten, not the other way around, but there's that. But in general, I'd say that this way with Goten and then trying to then searching the Dragon Ball, then drawing is the way to go 9 times out of 10, because if you have one more Dragon Ball left, you're just going to find it with your leader ability next turn when you can attack with your leader again. So hopefully this all makes sense. Goten's kind of really fun to do math with, just because he makes the deck smaller, makes the mini deck, as I kept calling it, the smaller deck. If you still don't understand that, you're probably not the only one. It's kind of tricky to think of, just that, you know, yes, you still have the same amount of cards in your deck, but you will not see those cards, and you know what they are. So from a statistics standpoint, they're not in your deck for the purpose of finding the other cards you are looking for in your deck. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. This was a little bit less scripted, if you can't already tell. A little bit more on the fly, but it definitely was some fun math, and I definitely had to record this a couple times just so I could make sure I got the math right, and also not make some assumptions that were wrong or anything like that on the math. Like, knowing that both of these were 26 by 30, or 26 over 30, I didn't know until I did the math on a previous recording. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, I totally didn't see that my big ol' head covered this 27 over 28. Sorry about that, 27 over 28. There we go. Now you can see my work. Perfect. Awesome. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, commenting what math you want to know next, if at any. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.